In this demo, we show how to configure the Service Manager on Unix. It's short because Unix does not support Service Manager dialog. We'll also show the utility file provided by Automic to autostart Service Manager on Unix. We've created a setup that relies on a server on a Unix system. We have a Windows host with a configured agent, and we've installed Service Manager in the dialog, but they're not configured. Windows will be covered elsewhere. Remember that CAPKI should be installed on every host prior to installing agents and service managers, and so we've already done so. Right now we focus on the Unix system. The agent is operational and the service manager files have been installed, although the manager has not been configured. We do so now. The sequence is as follows. Right now all we have is the raw service manager files. As with other components, config files require renaming. Then we configure the definitions file. We'll update the SMD file so that we can generate the agent service. We'll show the autostart file and where to place it, and then start the service manager on the command line. Note that at this point in time, we're not able to configure the uc4.smc command file. There's a reason for this. Users normally do not create or update the SMC file manually. Instead, they configure these options using Service Manager dialog in Windows. So this step will be handled in the next lesson. You start the dialog on Windows and update the Unix agent's properties, then restart the Service Manager on this Unix host. The SMC file is generated dynamically with the right information. The agent and Service Manager files are present on the host. While CAPKI has been configured and the agent is started, the current state of the Service Manager is just a directory with the installation package. We connect as roots. In most of the component packages, the config files use the .ori naming convention. This has to be changed. Let's consider the Service Manager's INI file. This is the default port. In order for service managers to communicate, this port needs to be consistent across the entire instance. Service Manager communicates with the server's CP process. This is the destination where we specify the SMC and SMD files. The CAPKI certificate information has not been populated since we've not started the Service Manager. As soon as you do so, the fields are created automatically. Let's configure the SMD file. This definitions file stores the services to be added to the Service Manager. All we have is an agent on this host, so we set it up accordingly. Service managers support local services only. This system does not host a server, therefore most of these default service definitions are not necessary. We can remove them. Unix 01 is the default agent name. We set the agent name to the name found in the agent's INI file. When you configure the service, it's vital that the file paths to the agents and INI file match the reality, or the Service Manager won't find them. Let's identify the autostart utility provided by Automic. In the bin directory of the Service Manager, you find a file called Automic SM. This is a customizable utility that you can place in the /etc/init.d directory so that Service Manager will start automatically at boot. This gets installed and configured automatically when we install with a 1 installer. Finally, we start the Service Manager with the following syntax. Note the -i option that points to the INI file, as well as the phrase at the end with the ampersand symbol. The phrase appears in Service Manager dialog when you try to connect. The Service Manager is started.